So, hello guys, let me start. And we are going to discuss today one of the very important topics. Okay, so that it's a very important and whatever the I have covered as of now, like arrays, string, all those topics are already covered. And now I'm going to do the logical questions based on those topics only. Okay. So basically, those are very important topics. Okay. So if you see, as of now, I have covered the some of the topics like array. First one is array, and the second one is a string. And these are the very important topics. Okay, while going with the logical coding, it's a very important for the logical coding. Okay. So whenever you want to do the logical coding, it's a very important. Okay. So logical coding means whatever the logic we are using to do the some particular solve the particular problem. Okay. That is a logical coding only. And through the string and through this array, we can create so many logical coding questions. So if you are giving any interview, that time also interviewer will ask and give you the questions which is logical based on the array and string only. And it's a very important. Okay. So array and strings, you have to know about the basic things, and also you have to understand how we can do the logical questions based on the array and string. Okay. So those are the very important topics. Later, I will teach you something like collection. Okay. So based on the collections, based on the map, also we can prepare so many logical questions. Okay. So those are only for the basic only we can say, and those are everybody want to learn. Okay. But if you want to preparing for the DSA, okay, so in that case, you have to go with the in-depth array. Okay. Then after a string, then after a stack, okay, queue. Okay, you have to go with the queue. You have to go with the something called linked list. Okay. You have to go with the linked list. You have to go with the something called tree, graph. Okay. So in that case, if you want to really learn the DSA, that time this topic is very important. Okay. But as a freshers, or as a 1 year, 2 year experience, and you are preparing for something like some MNC company like TCS, Wipro, Capgemini, Cognizant, then if you cover this one only, array, string, collection, and map, that is enough. You no need to learn all those things in the depth. You have to aware about it, just think like how a stack will work, how queue will work, how linked list will work, how tree and graph will work. Just you have to know the theoretical part, and you have some idea about it. That's it. No need to learn each and everything. Okay. So in that, I'm going to cover those things, and I will teach you in the depth array, string, and later once I cover the collections and map, then I will teach this topic also. But as of now, what I'm doing is I'm preparing some questions for you based on the strings or arrays, some pattern programming based on the 2D array. So whatever I feel like this is the very important questions, and maybe the interviewer will ask you definitely, and those are the repeated pattern you can say. So those coding questions I'm going to cover. Okay. And it's a very important. Okay. Let's let me give you something like here. If you see, I have given one uh, DSA logical list questions in the Excel sheet. If you see, and in this having a two parts, one is basic and one is advanced. We have already discussed about it. Okay, so in that part, let me remove these things. Okay. So here, if you see, this is the advanced and this is the basic. So in the basic, as of now, I have covered like basic programming questions, like write a program for the loop to print a 1 to 10 numbers. It's covered. Write a program to print 1 to 100 numbers. So those are the basic only, and those are already completed. Okay, so let me mark as completed. And this is the reverse the number. It's already completed. Check number is palindrome or not. It also completed. Okay. I have also completed the factorials, how to find the factorials of any numbers. Write a program to print a table. So this coding is also completed. You have to start from your side and you have to complete also all those things. Then only you can get a grab knowledge and in depth you can go and you can understand. Okay. Write a program that takes a string input from the users and then print out all the numbers of the vowels in data string. So basically you have to identify the vowels. So vowels are like A, E, I, O, U. So these are the 5 vowels A, E, I, O, U. You have to identify in the particular string and you have to print it. So as of now, I think I have not completed. Okay, so because of that, you have seen like no. Okay, that is fine. Write a program to that takes an integer input value from the users and print out all the prime numbers and equal to that number. So this is also not covered. I will try to cover it also. Okay. Write a program that generates the Fibonacci series or sequence up to the certain numbers. This is also not covered. How do you swap two numbers without using the third variable? That is completed. How do you check whether a string is a palindrome in Java or not? So I think this one is also not completed. I remember it. How to print a ASCII value? So this is completed. Okay. Also, I have completed like write a Java program to swap two numbers so using the third variable or without using the third variable also. Okay, write a Java program to add two binary numbers. So those are as of now not covered. Write a programs to print add two binary numbers. So not cover. Multiply two binary numbers, not cover. Convert integer numbers to the binary numbers. That is not covered. This is also not covered. Okay, find Java programs and compute the sum of integer digit. Yeah, I think that is covered. You have to add the each and every digit of particular number and you have to print it. So this is the cover. Write a Java program to reverse a string. So reversing a string also I have completed. Okay, let me go. Write a Java program to count letter, space, numbers, and others. So I think this is not completed. Write a Java program to print the ASCII value of the given character. That is completed. Okay, write a Java program to display the system date and time. So this is also not completed as of now, I think. Write a Java program to like compute the sum of the first 10 prime numbers. So first 10 prime numbers, I think it's also not covered. Write a Java program that takes 3 numbers from the users and print the greatest numbers. Okay. So this is the easy questions and I hope also I have given some of the tasks to you. Whatever I have left in this, in that, I have given a task for you. So please guys try to complete it. If you practice, then only you can become a good Java developer. If you not practice, you can't become. So whatever the questions I have left and those are marked as none, please just start coding and please let me know how much you have completed and what are you are able to do and what are the questions you are not able to do. Okay. In the advanced section also I have started adding the questions like Java program, write a Java program. Okay, write a Java program to check whether a string is a palindrome or not. Okay, so those questions I will cover in the advanced sections also, and we can discuss each and everything. As of now, in the advance, I have not covered anything. So my fear is none. Okay, once I have added the questions, we can start doing it. Then we can mark it as started or completed. Okay. So this is as of now the status we have. Okay. Now I'm going to explain you something advanced things which is required to build a logical questions. Okay. So what basically we need. Okay. So basically we have to aware about, so here I have written some of the questions which is mainly and commonly patterns we are using, and maybe the interviewer will ask you these questions, and that is very, very important. Okay. So let me any one of the questions and let me try it. Okay. So everything I will do the practical so that you can understood in the better way. Okay. Let me create one more one more project. Okay. So go to the project, Java project. I will select it. I will give the project name logical question. Okay. So this is my project name, and I will click on next. Okay. Once I click the next, here there is no option to select. Just finish it. So your project will be created. If you explore it, you can see here module info. So by default it's created. So what you can do is you can just delete it. No need of this file. Okay. So it's deleted. Now here I will create one class. Okay. And I will give the class name and package name also. So I will give the package name called com.array. For example, I am doing the array question. So I will take the array. Okay. And here I will take like find max mean value from array. So this is my class name, and I hope it's a very big class name I have given. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. So this is something class name I have created. Okay. And I will paste my questions also here so that you can see and you can write a code for that. Okay. Okay, fine. So what this question is saying, like, find the minimum and maximum element in the array. So for example, we have a one array. Let me take one array, ARR. And in the array, I will give some value like 1, or maybe the 5, 6, 10, 12, 5, 8, like that. Okay. So this is the value which I have given. Okay. In one array. And in this array, I need to find out. In this array, I need to find out. Okay. The big element, which is maximum element and minimum element. So if you see, like as a human beings, you can see like, okay, here you can see 5 is smaller. So this is the minimum numbers. If you go and see like, okay, 90 is the maximum. So easily you can print it, but you have to do the logical coding questions. Maybe in the array having a lots of value, maybe. Okay. So in that case, you are not able to do exactly, like you are not able to find out which one is biggest one. Okay, so in that case, your logic will fail. Our human beings mind will not work to find out those exact mean and maximum value. But this is the logic and this is the program. So it will do in the whatever the value you have inside there. Maybe the 1000 value, maybe the 10,000 value, 1 lakh value. It's capable to find out in the 1 second, not more than that. Okay. So this is the benefit of doing the coding, so that it will automatically find out. It will not take too much time. For as a human beings, we will take at least 3 or 2 minutes to find out. We can compare each and everything, then we can print it. Okay. So for example, this is the array and I need to find out the maximum and minimum element. So what I'll do is, we have a one method called sort. We have a method called sort. So if I sort this array, what will happen? This array will sort and it will arrange in the ascending orders. Sorting means the value which will start it with like 5, 6, 7, like that. So if you see in this case, let me remove, it's a very big elements. Okay. If you see here, so our if you sort this array, what will happen? First it will come 5, then it will come 6, then it will come 10, 12, 19. But by the way, it's a sorting order only, it's available. So let me do one thing, write 10 here and sweep the 5 here, okay, or 6 here. Okay, let me write 12 here and let me sweep this number with the something called 8 or something. So let me take 8. So right now, if you see this value, this is not in the sorting order. But if you sort it, it will become 5, 6, 8, 8. And then after 10 is not available, then 12 and 19. So after sorting, this array will become like that. So what we can do, we know array is store the data in based on the indexing. So array store the data based on index. So we know what is the index of the first array element, 0. What is the array index of the last element? So array dot length minus 1. So easily you can identify and we can print it. But before going to print, you have to sort your array. So we can do it's a one line of the code and we can sort the array. So we have a one array class. It is arrays, and this is available in java.util package. So once you use this arrays having a one sort method. Okay, this array having a one sort method, and you can use this sort method. Okay, and through that you can sort your particular array. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, before going to write all those code, I have to take main method. Okay, so let me write one main methods, and inside this main method I will write this code. Okay, so array dot sort. So once you write sort, here you can pass your array ARR. It's automatically sort your, this is the predefined method. Predefined method and class. Defined method and class. And this is capable to sort your array. This is capable to sort your array. If you want to see like this is exactly sorting or not, so you can print it. So you can write S out. Okay. And in the S out, you can write arrays. Yeah, same arrays only. Arrays dot to a string. And you can pass your array here. So it will print your array as a string. Okay. Let me show you so that you can understood. Okay, so this is the sorted array you can see, but our actual array is what? ARR. So let me print those also. So if I copy this line of the code and I will paste here, before sorting, we can see the element before sorting and after sorting. So before sorting, it's look like that. After sorting, it's converted in the ascending orders. Okay. Now it's very easy to identify what is the maximum element and what is the minimum element inside this array. So I will simply say like minimum, mean value or max value. So I will say mean value is plus ARR of what? 0. Simply. And same thing, I will copy this. I have not used any loop. I will use only one thing, which is the inbuilt method, which is the sort, which is available in array. And here I will give, I want the last element, because after sorting, the maximum element will go to the last index. So last index, how we can find out in the array? The array reference dot length -1, right? So through that we can find out what is the last index. If you run it, you can see the proper answer, the mean and max value. But as of now, whatever you have done, that is correct. There is no issue in that. But maybe the interviewer will ask you, hey, I don't want these things. I don't want to sort array with the array dot sort. You have to write your own logic to find out the max and min element from the array. So what we can think, okay, let me write our own logic to sort the array, right? So if you write your own logic to sort the particular array, that is good. Yes, good. But the only problem is if you write any sort, which is maybe you are going to write some bubble sort or selection sort, merge sort. There are so many sortings are available. So which sort you are going to use? So generally people are using the bubble sort or selection sort. So maybe you can use and replace this line of the code with your own method, which you are going to write with a sort. Okay. And you can call those methods and you can sort your array. So that is possible. Yeah, that is possible. But the problem is the time complexity will increase. If you use your own method, the times complexity of bubble sort is order of n square. Order of n square. But you can do it, no issue. So if your interviewer will interested in that, that is fine. But if he is not interested, if he told you, hey, I don't want this line, which is sorting the automatically. Okay. So what we can do, you can comment this code and you can write your own sorting method. You can write your own sorting method. So let me write it also so that you can understand. So how you can write a sort method? Okay. Public statics void. Okay. This is the one method. So, but I will create one method called sort. In our own class, I will create one method called sort. And this sort method will take one array. So I will create one array parameters. Okay, this is capable to take the array. And here I will write a logic to sort the array. Write a logic to sort the array. Yeah, given array you can see. Given array. So how you can write a logic to sort the array? Okay. So while sorting the array, for example, we are going with the bubble sort. So what is the meaning of bubble sort? If you don't know, that is fine. But remember one thing, blindly what you can do is you can write true for loops. Later we can iterate each and everything and we can understand. But as of now, blindly write true for loops. Okay. So using index, and inside this also you can write one more for loop. Okay. Using the index only. And then after here, inside this, you can write a logic for the sweep. If, when you have to sweep, if array of I is less than array of j. Anything, you have written the conditions and just swap it. Okay, how we can write a swapping logic? You can create one variable int temp. You already know how to swap array of I. So first element to take in one temp and array of j put inside the array of I. So what we can do is in array of I you can put array of j, and inside the array of j you can put the temp. So ARR of j you can put the temp. So this is the simple logic which I have written for the sort the particular array. Okay. And this array method, which is a method I have written for the sort, you can call. So how we can call it? You can simply write here sort, because our method is a statics and we are using inside the same class. So we can call directly sort and we can pass our array. Okay. Once you pass it and you can run, you can check, is it right? Yes. Still we are able to see our method is able to sort our array. How it's happened? Think about it. How it's happened? So what we have done is, previously we are using these things, which is array class sort methods, and we are passing our array. So this is capable to sort our array, and the location of the array will be same. It will not change like a string. Okay, so it will always same because it's an object and it will occupy the memory space in the RAM, which is the stack memory area. And as a reference and method area, it will store the some reference of this object address, and then after heap area, it will store the actual object. So what will happen is this array will be stored. Okay. In that place only, so it will go and it will modify those elements and it will sort it. Same thing we are doing with our own method. So we have written our own method, which is doing the sorting. Okay, and we are taking the array here, and what we are doing is we have written a to loop. I have not think about anything. I have just written to loop and I have written this condition only, which is swapping condition. If array of I is less than array of j, swap. If array of I is less than array of j, swap. So this is the logic I have written. You can iterate from yourself. How you can iterate it? You can create a I, you can create a j, and you can put here. Okay, this is the array. So array of I means what? 5. So 5 and array of j. So array of j is 12. So array of 5 less than array of j, condition is true. It will come inside this and it will swap the value. Swap the value means in the array of I, it will go to the 12, and array of j, it will go to the 5. So this is the swapping will happen in this 2 element. Again, it will swapping will happen in this 2 element. Again, swapping will be happen in this 2 element. Again, swapping will be happen in this 2 element. For one inner loop iterations, if you see. Okay, again it will go, again it will check, and it will iterate it, and then it will simply sort the array like a selections, like this is the bubble sort. Okay, you can say this is the bubble sort. Bubble sorting. Okay, so this is the things you have to do it. But still, you have a confusions, or maybe the interviewer tell you like, no, I don't want to see these questions with the apply with the sorting. You have written the sorting, that is fine, but I'm not impressed with this. I don't want, and I will not suggest you to use the sorting method and write a sort code for the particular array. So what you can do? Still, you have anyway. Yes, we have. Definitely we have. So while doing a work with the array, we can do those things in the so many way, not in the one way. So if he not interested with that also, like don't write any logic for the sorting, then what you can do? you can do one things, then you can write the actual logic, which is find out what is the maximum and minimum element inside of this. So what you can do one things, remove this sorting and everything. Okay, you don't want to sort, you don't want to do anything. So let me comment this one also. I don't want to sort, I don't want to sort. I have only one array and I want to find out the min max value. So what I can do is I will create two variables, int max and comma. Int max equal to, I will take something like the value which is the less than something. So I will take max is the maximum value will be possible, which is minus something. So minus something means minus 6,000, 6,365. Okay, let me take anything. And otherwise you can take one things because our array value is not negative. So we can take 0. But if your array value is negative, take the minus value, which is something like that. 65,535. 65,535. Okay, take this value, which is sort lowest value. Okay, minimum value. Again, one more variable you can create, int min, and you can assign the min value, which is maximum value. So you can assign the 65,535 something value I have taken, which is the maximum I assume. But in your case, if the array value is more than that, then you have to definitely take some other value, which is maximum value inside this. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have defined two variables as of now, and we can assume that the max is not minus than that. Okay, so let me write one for loop. Okay, and for loop I will write like int I equal to 0, I less than equal to array dot length, and I plus plus. So I'm doing work on the array only, so I will take like that. Array, and this is the array loop. So I will iterate one by one element from the array. Okay, and what I will do is I will check if those particular element which is array of 0, which is array of 0 means I will take I because I have used the loop. So if array of I is less than, I have to find out the maximum. So focus on that. If array of I is less than or maybe greater than, you can take, no issue. So array of I is greater than what? Max value. Then what you have to do? You have to store max inside the max variables your array value, which is array of I. I hope you understood these things. Okay, what I have done is I have taken the maximum value which I assume, which is minus value something, and I'm saying here if the array of I value is greater than my max value. So I already assume the simple, which is very less, which is the minus value. So definitely this array value is greater than. Then what can I consider? I will consider max value of this array of first value, array first value, and I will store it. Simply through that only you can able to find out the max value. No need to write any of the code. Okay, let me print it. So here I will print the min, and here I will print the max. Okay, so now you can see what is the maximum value. You can see here min value is 65,535. That is wrong. I have not written code for that. But max value, if you write here, which is max, which is 95 only. If you see, which is 90 only. That is correct. Okay. Same thing, I will find out the minimum value also. Okay. We need to find out the minimum also. So what we can do? So what we can do is, this is the max. So we have to store the second max also. We have to store the second max value also. And minimum value we have to find out. So you can do one thing. Okay. Maximum or minimum. So you can go to the else part. Okay. In the else part, you can write mean, or mean equal to, you can write array of. I hope you understood. Let me try. Let me try once. We are able to find out or not. But here, if you see, we are able to find out 8. 8, but 8 is not correct. Okay. It is not correct. It is wrong, because our minimum value is 5. Why it's not coming here? Okay. Why it's not coming? Because it's already done. Okay. And because of already done, we have not stored it. Okay. So this is the problems. Okay. So let me do one thing. What we can do is, we can store the max value also. Okay. So here you can store the mean value also. So mean value is nothing but max. So those value we have to store first inside the above line of the code only. Okay. Above line of the code only. Hey, if the array of I value is max, if array of I value is max, store the max. No, not, it will not happen like that also. If you do it, you can confuse it. And so many people are the confused also. They are not able to find out the correct value. So don't confuse it. What you can do is, you can write one more if. One more if. Otherwise, you can write else if here. And you can say separately, like, hey, if min value is, if min value or something like, same thing, you can go with the pattern, array of I is less than, okay, is less than min value. Okay. So array of I, if less than is min value, means what? Whatever the value we have, array of I, which is less than the mean, okay, we can store those value. We can store those value. So what we can do, we can store those value. So in the first condition, it will run and this will not run. Okay. So you have to remove it. Okay, because we have to do this separately. Then only we are able to find out, otherwise, no. Okay. So this is the simple case, and so many people are confused writing in the same array and same if conditions. So that time they are confused. So you have to, what you have to do is, you have to write this separately, and you can get it the result. Okay. So this is the one questions, and I have discussed with you. That is fine. Okay. Let me take some other questions, like write a program to reverse an array or a string. So write a program to reverse an array. So if you want to reverse the array, you can do simply. So let me create one more class. Okay. And I will write a reverse array. Reverse array. And in this class, I will create one main methods. Okay. And in the main method, I will create one array, which is something like that, array. And here I will take directly the value from this particular array. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So this is the something value I want to reverse it. How can I reverse? Okay. So while reversing, we can do like, we can reverse this array. Like same array, you can create another, like I will tell you. You can create one more array, which is the same size. So something like temp array, and temp array if you create, and if you write new int, and here you can give the size of the above array, because we have to store the same element here also, but in the reverse order. So what you can do, you can write array dot length. Okay, this is the size. You can create an array, and once you create the array, you can write one for loop starting with the index of array, not temp, or temp also, that is fine, no issue in that. Okay, and here what you can do is you can take the one element from the last and store in the first. Okay, so this is the two things you have to follow. So I will start with the 0, and I will create one more j equal to array dot length -1. Okay, and here also I will give whatever the I value I have. Okay, whatever the I value I have, it will go down, 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 down. So I will write here j if greater than equal to 0. If it is become 0, and also j will come, so j minus minus and I plus plus. Okay, I hope you understood this syntax. Okay, let me format it. And if you see here, I have created two variables, int I, j, and I have assigned the I 0 value. Okay, and in j, I have assigned the array dot length -1, which is the last index of the array. And here I have put the condition, if j is greater than equal to 0, then iterate this loop. And also every time remove minus the j -1, which is remove 1 1 1, so decrement 1 by 1 and increment by I plus plus 1. So it will store the data also. So what we can do is we have to store the data inside the table. So start with 0, which is I, and where we have to take from the array. So array of j, which is the last element. We can take and we can store inside this. And once loop is created, you can store array in table. So you can swap it. Okay. And finally, you can print your array. So you can see swapping is already happened. So let me take the help of the arrays. Arrays dot toString. Okay. And print the array. And same line of the code you can put where before sorting. Before sorting. And let me print it. So if you print this, you can observe it like what exactly will happen. So here if you see, this is the value 1 3 5 4 5 7 8. This is the actual value, and we have reversed the array using this loop. So how we have reversed it? Simply, okay, so simply we have taken these things like 8 will become first, 7 second, 5 4 3 1. So this is the reverse order we have printed. But if you write this logic through the loop and you have copy again, creating a extra memory. If you see, we are creating extra memory, which is extra one more temporary array you are creating. That is not a good practice. You don't want to use the extra memory in your code. If you use the extra memory, that is not considered a good practice of the coding. So you have to find out some different way to write this logic so that you are not face the some time complexity issue and a space complexity issue. As a developer, we have to focus on time complexity and space complexity both. Okay. So for the space complexity, this coding is not good. It is not enough to write a code like that. So what we can do? You can do one thing. Remove this line of the code. Why? Remove this. Remove this. Not required this one. Okay. Write different logic, which is giving the twist time complexity and space complexity, you no need to create one more extra array. So how it is possible? Yes, it is possible. How? Let me tell you. So you have to create one variable called I. So I will initialize with the 0, and I will create a one j, and j will initialize with the array dot length -1. Okay. So this is the something we have assigned. The 0 means a starting position of array 1, and this is the j, which is last index of the array, which is 8. Okay. Now we can write one while loop. Let me take the while loop. Okay, and remove all those things. Its extra will come. Okay. And in the while loop, you can write a condition: if I less than equal to j, you have to iterate this loop. Okay. And inside the loop, what we can do is we can sweep one value with 8. We can sweep 3 value with 7. We can sweep 4 value with 5. How? Let me sweep. So if you sweep 8, 1 with 8, so what will happen? 8 will come first and 1 will go last. 1 will go last, right? Again, if you sweep 3, so 3 with 7, so 7 will come first and 3 will go to last. Okay, so 3 will be last. If you sweep 4 and 5, so 5 will come first and 4 will go to last. And now if you see, your array is swept. Now if you see, your array is swept. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 1. Right? So this is logic we are going to use. So because of that, we have to run the loop for 1, 2, 3 times only, not 6 times. You have to iterate the loop 3 times only, because every time I will increase the I and decrease the j. Let me check it. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to write a sweep logic. How we can use it? Simple. Take one temp, because we have to store the integer value and store the I value here. And in the array of I, store the array of j value. And in array of j, you can store the temp value. And once it is done, just increment the I plus plus. So I plus plus, comma j minus minus. We have to decrement it because it's pointing to the last index and it's pointing to the first index. Once you write this logic, automatically your array will be reversed and it will give the better time complexity and space complexity both, compared to the previous one example which I have shown you. Okay, if you run this, you can see the code. Great, right? So this is the things you have to cover and you have to understood. So whatever the approach is possible to do one coding questions, I have tried to cover it. Whatever the things as of now not cover, I will definitely cover. No issue in that, because I'm going to cover each and every logic. Okay, whatever the possibles. But from your side, I need some commitment, like you have to dedicate it and you have to do the work for that. You have to practice this code. If you not practice, definitely you can't become a good developers. And maybe later you can say like, I'm not understanding the logical questions. So please practice, practice, practice. That is the one mantra you have to do it every day. If you do, then only you can become a good Java developer and you can feel like, okay, I have a good knowledge in Java. But if you not try to doing a coding, you can't become good developer. And also you internally, you are not able to feel at least like I am a good developer and I have a good knowledge. Okay. So that's it for today. Okay. And this is the some questions which is like I will post inside the group. Okay, so please go through that and try to write this code also. Remaining three coding is left. So try to cover those also from your side. If it is not, I will cover in the some lectures, or maybe I will start uploading the logical questions also, because people are not attending the live classes. They are watching only the videos which are recorded. So I will try to push all the code logical questions inside this, so that you can get the benefit of that also. Okay. So that's it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please let me know. Yeah. Let me pause the recording first. Pause sharing. Okay. Stop the